Hey guys, today we're doing an Is It Light Enough video on this little guy right here, which I discovered because of some girl, Jess. She did a video on this, which I'll link down below. This is the Bisutang Aqua Luster Concealer Roller BB Cream. It's a Korean BB cream, I'm assuming. And I found this at the Showcase store at my local mall, which I think Showcase might only be in Canada. I'm not entirely sure about that. If you're from somewhere else and you've heard of Showcase, let me know. Now, this isn't an entirely first impressions because I've used this a few times now. This is what it looks like. I have mine in the lightest shade, which is 21. There's only 3 shades, and Korean products typically only come in a few shades. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. This is because in Korea, they cater to Korean women, sometimes men, but typically women. And so that's their target demographic. Now, sometimes Korean brands will come over to North America or other countries in Europe and what have you. And then sometimes the shade range will expand a little bit, but for the most part, products that you see at stores like this Showcase, or products that you see online such as eBay, that's not the brand like Bisutang growing naturally. Like, they're not the ones putting the products out there. That's somebody else acquiring the products and putting them out for you. So I think that if a brand such as Bisutang were the ones trying to grow their market, they may eventually grow the shade range, but again, I'm not sure about that. 3 shades is obviously very low, but one would hope that if they did expand, hopefully their shade range would expand too. So shade 21, I believe, is called Ivory Light, something like that. And this is a weird little product where you press this little button here and the product will come up here onto the roller, and then you kind of roll it on your face, kind of like a paint roller. So you just go like this, and we're going to put this on one side of the face, try it with a brush, and then the other side with the sponge. I've not actually tried it with the brush, but I have used it a few times with the sponge and I quite liked it. That deposited, you know, a fair amount of color there, so I'm just kind of like paint it on my face. And I will warn you that I think it's the component here, the little roller ball, that smells a little bit funky. It kind of smells like paint. And I think because of that, the product that comes off of the paint roller smells a little funny too. Just something to be mindful of if you're like me and sometimes scents bother you. But once it's on your skin, you don't really notice it that much. It kind of just goes away really, really quickly. So you can see, hopefully, that this color is very light and it's a really nice match. This is around the same shade depth as the Kat Von D L41, which again, that's a very nice match for me. And since I've used this with a sponge before, I'm going to try using it with the brush first and see what happens. This is a BB cream, so you're not going to be anticipating a lot of coverage here, okay? If that's something that you want, I don't think that this product will be for you. This gives a very natural skin-like finish. And in fact, the few times I've used it with the sponge, it actually is very, very dewy. So if you have very oily skin, again, this product may not be something that you really enjoy. Or at the very least, you're going to want to really heavily set it with powder. But if you have dry skin of any sort, then this product will probably be great for you because it does not appear to cling to dry patches at all. It does have that very radiant skin-like finish. So you can see with one layer, my skin looks very, very nice. It just looks like skin, which is awesome if you want that really natural finish. You don't want it to look matte. You don't want it to look cakey. You don't even want it to look like foundation. This is a great option for you. So let's just put on a little bit more on the right side, your left. This is kind of fun though, and in the summertime it would be nice because it actually has a cooling sensation as you apply it, which feels really nice. Unfortunately, I can't really read the ingredients on the back, so I can't really tell you what's in it. And I wasn't able to look it up online. You're sensitive to this, that, the other thing. The only thing I was able to find online that didn't say on the back was that there does appear to be an SPF of about 30. So if you're taking like flash photography or whatever, there may be some slight instance of flashback. And in fact, I will be trying that out on my camera today, just to see if that does happen. And I'll insert a photo later on of that. So I've got a good layer going on there, and I'll just take my damp sponge. And I'll just get in close so you can kind of see the skin texture on my face with this on. To me, it looks really nice. Doesn't look heavy at all, not really clingy anywhere noticeably. And the color match is really, really good. So if you are around my skin tone, I think that this would blend in really nicely on you. And I will insert some swatches around here so you can see what the color looks like compared to some others. And I will tell you that this does kind of feel like a sunscreen or a moisturizer, so you would typically want to set this. However, just for purposes of continuity, I mentioned in my last video I'm not going to be priming or setting these foundations in the videos, just to show you what they wear like throughout the day. So we're just going to see what it looks like later on, and I'll see you in a little while. I'm back. I haven't had this on for as long as I usually do on these foundation days, just because I got a little bit of a late start and I'm kind of tired. My contact lenses are bothering me and I just want to get to my pajamas and kind of relax. But I found some information on the Showcase website that I just kind of wanted to read to you about this. It says, this trending liquid BB cream comes with a soft puff roller that allows you to control the amount you'd like to use without waste or excess, saving you valuable time and money. Perfect for use as a whitening or anti-wrinkle cream. It provides moist, full coverage of your skin for a clean yet natural look and feel. Protects your skin with an SPF 30 PA++. I'm going to have to look up what that is because I actually don't know what PA++ means.
PA is the system used in Asian brands to rate the UVA protection of different sunscreens, and the more pluses they have, the more it protects against UVA rays from the sun.
Makes skin clear and shine without blemishes and enhances the natural, beautiful, and vibrant look of your skin. Blended with skin-improving ingredients while visibly reducing the appearances of fine lines and wrinkles to leave skin smooth and youthful looking. Features: creates the perfect skin texture, covers discoloration of skin tone, whitening, anti-wrinkle, and UV protection, dispenses the perfect amount needed, long-lasting adherence and coverage, easy and quick application, replaceable roller. They don't actually give you an extra roller, so I'm not sure how you would replace it. Waterproof, sweat-proof, fast dry, no smudge. Anything to do with high coverage, waterproof, sweat-proof, fast dry, no smudge, all of that I disagree with completely. just because it's a BB cream, it's a light coverage. It's also 100% very much still feeling sticky as it did when I first put it on hours ago, like between 6 and 7 hours ago. So I can't imagine that this would be waterproof or sweat proof. It's very much not budge proof, because I mean it budges more than it would had it set down more. Obviously, I've had foundations that set down more than this one does, and like I can feel it, I can see it coming off on my fingers. And because it doesn't set down properly, I don't know if you can tell at this point, probably not, but I had trouble getting my blush on today because I usually set my face with some powder if it feels this sticky. And yeah, I had a little bit trouble blending that. I looked a little crazy at first. I looked a little clownish. Because the last couple of times I've worn this, I've had to powder my face quite a bit. I usually don't have to powder my entire face, but I had to, you know, take an actual powder puff and powder my face. I'm not an oily person, it's just because this needs to be set. And it definitely needs to be set if you are oily skinned. So I would recommend definitely, whether you're oily skin, dry skin, combo skin, whatever, at least, at the very least, setting the areas where you know you're going to be putting powder products on top. Otherwise, they just won't blend. But as for how well it's worn, I mean, I think you can tell that it still very much looks like skin. It does look quite radiant. I wouldn't say it looks oily, but it looks radiant, and it has looked this way since I first put it on. At this point, if I did have oily skin, I think I would look quite shiny, quite greasy. The shade match, again, as you can tell, it looks spot on. I did do a flash test earlier to see if the SPF in this would have any effect in flash photography, so I'll just kind of put that up over here. And other than that, I mean, I do really like this product. Obviously, I wish it came in more shades, but I think I can kind of understand why something like this, which is made for a very specific market, would have fewer shades than something that's made in, say, North America or some parts of Europe. If they expand, hopefully they can get more shades included. And as for this product not being cruelty-free, most Korean products are not. However, I have heard that Korean beauty products and skincare products are planning to be cruelty-free at some time in 2018, which is fantastic. So if you're waiting on that, you won't have to wait very long, hopefully. And other than that, I definitely would recommend this, definitely for those of you who have trouble finding shades in any other line. This only has 3 shades, but if you're within that small spectrum and you have lots of trouble like I do, I have very few formulas that I can find a shade in, then you might want to look into this. It's a very good formula, it sits nicely, wears well as long as you powder it, or as long as you're not touching and rubbing your face. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.